Hello students, this is your chapter number 2nd, Journey from Primitive Man to Settled Life. Open page number 6. Jaibir and his family were going from Gandhinagar to Jamnagar in train. Sitting near the window, he saw trees, bullock carts, camel carts, rickshaw, bus, tractor, etc. So Jaibir and his family, they were traveling in a train, and Jaibir was sitting near the window. He saw trees, bullock carts, camel cart, rickshaw, bus, tractor, etc. On seeing all these vehicles, he asked a question to his uncle that when these transportation start. His uncle explained him that train started in our country approximately 150 years back. 150 વર્ષ પહેલાં train started. Among all the vehicles which you are seeing on road, the bullock cart is the oldest. So all the vehicles that Jaibir saw from the train, among them the bullock cart, Badadgadu, is the oldest. Before it, thousands of years back, man didn't have any means of transportation. So 1000 साल पहले, हजारों वर्ष पहला, man didn't have any means of transportation. એક જગ્યાએથી બીજી જગ્યાએ જવા માટે એની પાસે કંઈ પણ સાધન હતા નહીં. He used to go from one place to another place on foot. ચાલીને જતો હતો. Primitive man, nomadic life. Primitive man means people of very old time. Approximately 20 lakh years ago, he led a nomadic life and spent his time by hunting. This stage of human is called hunter and gatherers. So primitive man means people of very old time, and approximately 20 lakh years ago, 20 lakh વર્ષ પહેલા, this primitive man lived a nomadic life in search of food and spent their time in hunting. So this primitive man, he lived a nomadic life. Nomadic life means do not settle at one place. He wandered from place to place. And this stage of human is called hunter and gatherer. He used to gather his food by hunting animals like deer, fish and birds. Other than this, they collected roots and fruits for their food. So for food, they used to hunt animals like deer, fish and birds, and also collected roots and fruits for food. It was not that easy. Sometimes wild animals attacked them. Moreover, some of the animals were fast in running, so it was not easy for primitive man to catch them. So hunting was also not an easy task. એ સહેલું કામ નહીં હતું. Some wild animals, they used to attack them when they went for hunting, and some of the animals, they were running very fast, so they have to run very fast after that animal to catch them. Thus primitive man used to wander from place to place another in search of food. Thus he learned which fruits and roots to eat and which not to eat, as many of them were poisonous. And from this he learned that which roots are favorable to eat and which not to eat because they were poisonous, એ ઝેરી હતા. Animals like deer, sheep, goat were easy to hunt, so primitive man used to wander from one place to another in search of them. Among different animals which he was hunting, he hunted deer, sheep and goat as they were very easy to hunt, and so he wandered from place to place in search of the above animals. Moreover, water being essential for life, they used to settle near the sources of water, and the water was an important source, so they settled down near the sources of water as it was essential for life. Places of human habitation of primitive man in India. Archaeologists, anthropologists and historians have together found out many places of habitation of primitive man. So how we came to know regarding the habitation of primitive man? So they were found out by the three people together: archaeologists, anthropologists and historians. Anthropologist is a person who studies the origin and social relationship of human beings. Along with it, they have also found out information about implements used by them. Now not only they found out the habitation of primitive man, but they also got the information about the implements, kaya ojar, kaya sadhano, kaya tools were used by them. They use implements and weapons made of stone and wood. પથ્થર અને લાકડામાંથી સ્ટોન એન્ડ વુડ એમાંથી લોકો વેપન્સ અને ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ્સ બનાવતા હતા, તે યુઝ કરતા હતા. સમટાઇમ્સ દે ઇવન યુઝ ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ્સ મેડ અપ ઓફ બોન્સ. Since the lives of hunter-gatherer and wanderers are associated with stone technology, this time is called Paleolithic. Now, the primitive man, they use stones for hunting, for gathering. So, this technology was known as stone technology and called Paleolithic. The stones shown in figure 2.1 were used to cut vegetation and to scrape the skin of animals. So the picture given above of the stones, they were used to cut vegetables and also to scrape the skin of animals. The animals which they hunted, they used to remove the skin of that animals with the help of these stones. Primitive man used peel of the tree and skin of animals to cover his body. And to cover his body, he was not wearing clothes, but he used to peel of the tree and skin of animals. Animalsની ચામડી, skin of animals was used to cover their body, and peel means the bark of the tree was used as a clothes to cover the body. Now next page, page number 7. Map of Stone Age human habitation in India. Look carefully at the places marked in the map. In the map, the places are given. You will regarding the archaeological places where the primitive men used to live. You will find that at many places of India, the primitive men might have lived. Few places are shown in the map, but there are evidence of their habitat in many places in India. So the places are shown in the map where the primitive men used to live. They prefer to stay in good and large places where stones, wood and water were found. So which type of places they choose or prefer or they like to live? Where they could get stones, wood and water. They lived in natural caves to protect themselves from rain and wild animals. Natural caves એટલે કુદરતી ગુફા એમાં રહેતા હતા to protect themselves from rain and wild animals. Several such places have been found in Vindhya mountains in central India. So these natural caves places, they were found in Vindhya mountains in central India. Such type of places have also been found in the region around Narbada river. Then another place was near Narbada river. Bhimbetka, Madhya Pradesh has been found, which was an excellent place of human habitation. In its caves, near about 500 images of birds, deer, wooden spear, trees, human, etc., drawn by the primitive men have been found, which are drawn with the help of natural colors. And in these natural caves, આ કુદરતી જે ગુફા હતી, there were 500 images of birds, deer, wooden spear, trees and humans. 500 picture હતા, images હતા. These 500 images were drawn by the primitive man and they were drawn with the help of natural colors. કુદરતીના રંગને યુઝ કરીને the images were drawn. Now turn your page, page number 8. Discovery of fire and wheel and their uses. Ruins of ashes found in the caves of the primitive man in Kurnool in South India indicate that they were familiar with fire. Then the historians, they found out ashes, rakhmadi in the caves, and from that they were familiar with fire. They make on that they were familiar, એ લોકોને અગ્નિની જાણ હતી. As per historians, approximately 11,000 years ago, humans started using fire, and then they made research and found out that approximately 11,000 years ago, 11,000 વર્ષ પહેલાં, humans started using fire. Use of fire had revolutionized their life because with the help of it, they could cook the meat and eat. So this fire, invention of fire have changed their life, revolutionary change, have brought a change in their life because with the help of fire, they could cook the meat, ખાવાનું પકાવી શકતા હતા, and eat. and get light and protect themselves from wild animals. Fire gave them light, પ્રકાશ આપતો હતો, and also protected themselves from wild animals. Other than fire, wheel also revolutionized their life. So not only fire, but the wheel also changed their life. They learned to make wheel from tree trunk and thick wood. And from which thing they made the wheel? શામાંથી એ લોકોએ પૈંડું બનાવ્યું? From tree trunk, ઝાડના થડમાંથી, and thick wood, જાડું લાકડામાંથી they learned to make wheel. So here we stop this chapter. Rest of the chapter will continue in the previous